Oh, well, looky there. I didn't have to delete another episode. Hello, everybody, and welcome on back. Sorry, I generally test to see if I'm able to record, and I'm setting my alarm now. So, no, wait, that's this and that. All right, anyways, now that that's taken care of, let us continue. I also just went ahead and did it. I added the links. So, I added the links that I found for not that I found, sorry, that were sent out by the Sierra Club as far as the indoor gas pollution, which I guess is like the best ways I can think to kind of describe it right now and just quickly, like, because it's just using gas furnaces, gas water heaters, gas anything, really. I mean, for the longest time, that's just been kind of like what we did, but now we're starting to find that it's not all that healthy or safe. So, and it is a shame that a lot of times, like the Sierra Club and like efforts like what they do, a lot of it is like canvassing, like getting signatures for petitions, stuff like that, being active, which has generally been seen as kind of unfavorable. Like, we were talking last time how, people used to call, especially during like dinner, and I remember how my mom used to react to like people calling and be like, I would appreciate it if you don't call, please, thank you, or we're just about to eat dinner, this is very inconvenient. And it's like, after a certain amount of time, nobody's gonna keep doing it completely like that. And also, I honestly don't even I screen all my calls just because there's so many scams out there now. And it's gonna get better. Like even in my lifetime, just like the evolution of the cell phone even. I remember when cell phones first became a real thing for the average person. I mean, they were in cars for a long time for like the really wealthy people or the people that needed to conduct business on the go, like CEOs and stuff and like traveling a lot or whatever, or presidents or diplomatic type people or I don't know. But anyways, now there's elementary school kids running around with. Actually, let's go see what this trader has. But yeah, there's elementary school kids running around with cell phones now, so that can conduct all sorts of business from the playground even. Like, I mean, it's just sorry, I just find it very ironic and very funny. Let's see, I don't actually need anything. I mean, we got gray dye, which I mean, yeah, sure, it looks cool. Also, wait, whoops. Let's heal up our pickaxe, the little bit that we need. I mean, we're gonna go get a lot more emeralds, so that's fine. Let's get some leather from him, and the lead, and his soul. No, I'm just kidding. That's pretty messed up. So is this. I remember my first, well, the video that I have with the most views is the llama pinata. And it was when I was first kind of playing around with how video recording worked on the PS5. I just got this thing last year. So, I mean, I'm far from fancy. I had the PS4 for a long time, and even that, I only had to pay for half of it because my buddy that did get a really good job right out of, well, I guess we both got good jobs, but um, actually, how did that work? Well, he got a job at the place that I was trying to get a job. That was like my first pick for where I wanted to. Actually, wait, we are well. Never mind, we're good. We don't need to. In fact, we might even consider. Hmm, I don't know. Anyways, let's at least fill in a little bit here. I left kind of like a gap so I could, excuse me, fish. Oops. And then that one's a wasted one. I guess I could do this. There we go. I mean, it takes a little while, but so does breaking it anyway. Alright, and then let's go back. Let's take the book supplies. And we have wheat, so we could go try to find a cow. We need some emeralds and stuff, so, and more glass. Lots of more glass. Oh, wait, what am I doing? What am I doing? Ugh, messing up is what I'm doing. I have a boat with a chest. I was about to swim all the way over there. I guess I got enthusiastic about the channel and was going to follow the path of the channel, but no, let's do this. So, anyways, the links are there in the description of the playlist, and by the time you see this video, or even the other video, because it's still not done uploading, then you will see the link for the indoor gas pollution. And granted, like just like all of these things, we can't just pull the rug out from under people. I mean, not everybody can afford this switch, and also the natural gas companies, or the companies that profit off of the gas that will be replaced from indoor consumption eventually, because it is hazardous. Like that, it just is. Like I mean, it's got to go away eventually. There's got to be some concessions for the people that well, might need work. And the good thing about COVID, the silver lining of it, is a lot of people got laid off from their jobs. And so a lot of people learned how to be a little bit more dynamic, a little more flexible with their career. Now, for tech careers, it's really easy to do because those have always been volatile. Like even before the pandemic, I was laid off from a tech company. A whole group of us were. We just weren't up to the caliber, as it were, and that's fine. Like we weren't performing to the satisfactory level. We had performance reviews. Actually, that place I had performance reviews twice. Because I think they're supposed to be like annual. Oh, that's right. We gotta add some water to this particular channel. It's okay. We'll make it slowly but surely. I mean, of course we'll make it. And don't call me Shirley. That's Leslie Nielsen. So for those that don't know, Leslie Nielsen used to be a wonderful comedian that did the Naked Gun movies. He was the star in those. He did Police Squad, which I actually haven't seen. I need to go check that out because I didn't even know that existed. I remember watching the videos, and I even watched him like as a little kid too. My parents like, how old was I? Maybe second grade, third grade. Yeah. Anyways, and anymore, like as long as you're around to explain things, like because it's parental guidance, like PG, PG-13, like it's for anyone under that age, what that means is you need to have a parent that is aware that you're watching that, and they need to explain it to you, and there needs to be some guidance both for the parents and from the parents. Or at least that's how I've always understood it. Saying it now, maybe I misunderstood that parental guidance, but PG, I could look it up and find the exact terminology, but in either way, they're very similar. Like my co-parent and I, we talk about everything that our kids consume, all the entertainment stuff, and like we keep an eye on their video games. So they are guided. Anyways, and then my own personal experience. I was playing Wolfenstein in first grade. Like that's kind of like the barometer. Now, granted, I didn't let my own kids play Wolfenstein in first grade. I thought it was a little too violent. In fact, I didn't let them play anything violent until a couple years later. So, but anyways, so for people that are like taking notes and trying to hack into my stuff, like, if you ever approach my kids, I'll break your legs. There we go. There's the one and only disclaimer. And no, and I'm serious. I will go to jail to protect my kids. Be a little vacation. No, I'm kidding. I don't look forward to names. That. Let's get back to the topic at hand. Oh, also, what are you doing? No, I. Oh, okay. Oh, left trigger gets into the boat. Wait. Jeez. Yeah, never mind. Left trigger just gets in it. I was pushing the button to open the inventory. Good lord. Got a little disconnected there. Let's see. There's some coal here. Let's go ahead and get that too. When you're standing, it goes faster. When you're standing on something solid, a solid block. All right. There we go. Oh, and some gold. Thank you. Oh, air pocket down here, so that was actually pretty safe. But I mean, we're not that far from the surface, so I'm not super worried about it. And I'm sure we could get a lot more, but for now, let us continue on. Okay. This might get a little tight. Eventually I'll come through and just make sure each one of the... Oh, I do like me some lapis. Even though we probably have a ton over there. I mean, you saw that exploded. Let's see. We don't need that. I guess we also don't need this piece of dead coral that's right in my hotbar, but anyways. Here we go. So, oh, and that is deep. Whew. I love the Caves and Cliffs update. I feel like that made all the underwater stuff like incredibly deeper and incredibly more like, well, yeah, just deeper. So that was about that time that I started watching Waddles for my Minecraft updates, which he's very entertaining. He's got some great stuff out there. Oh, and where are we going? Oh, more of this. So a bucket of water. Let's try to remember that. We do have some iron ore. This one's not as bad. I mean, it's slower, but still, it's like a little dip. In fact, what we should do is we should make some like way to traverse uphill. I was starting to do that. Actually, I was starting to do that back in Andarius proper, the original green teardrop that's facing to the west down there. Well, it's pointing to the west. If it was a teardrop falling, it would be falling to the east. Actually, I wonder if we can get all the way there from going the southern way on that river. That would be interesting to see. Also, wait a minute. There's two desert temples in this area? That's pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, eventually we'll have a tunnel part of the way, and maybe we can just continue the tunnel all the way, like we have a tunnel going to the other place. I know it's a lot of effort to build transportation when you could just do nether travel, but I suppose not so much in this one without going outside of the map, because you gotta be careful with nether portals. If they're too close, they'll hijack the entrance or exit to the other one. Okay, did you remember what we were trying to remember? Good, there was a quiz. There's a hint. In fact, we'll even hold that, so in case I forget from here to there. We're gonna make a bucket. Hmm. Okay, and furnaces. I mean, we do have a lot of iron down there in the glass factory, I believe. But, let's see. Oh, and we have, oh, I mean, our tools are already pretty mended. I could have moved them. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, this one was cooking iron. There we go, so we didn't even have to worry about it. Okay, and then we make a bucket. And get rid of that. Put the iron here. The iron and the flotsam. I kind of left a lot of stuff in my inventory. Let's actually make some chests. Oh, whoops. Can go ahead and work on this. There we go. So I was going to add some bookshelves to this enchanting area setup. Okay. One, two, there we go. And the enchanting table is going to go here, and so already there's 9 plus 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got 13. We only need, technically, 15 for a full-powered enchanting table. So we can actually even just make it like that. There we go. Normally I have like it all the way around, but since this is already kind of up against the wall, that's all we really need. And then you could do it. In fact, in Darius proper, my enchanting table is all the way around, like the overkill, but it still looks cool. Also, now we need an enchanting table, which requires diamonds, or a diamond and some obsidian. Oops. Wait, I thought that was... Oh, maybe I'm up a little, on level 2 far? Yeah. So I thought that's where we put our chest. No, pardon me, don't mind me. I mean, that's some stuff. Also, I'm going to go ahead and take it all because I don't know if we brought diamonds. kind of thought we did. Oh, you know what? Pretty sure we did. Yes. We only need one, or maybe two. Let's take four just to be sure. Alright, well, no, we don't want to put the lapis there, but then the gold, some iron, take the wood back. Oh. Either way, I mean, it's not a big deal to have this completely organized, but actually, I guess I'm going to do it anyway. Good enough for now. And we even have chests. So, obsidian is what we need next. Or lava, which we could. Well, we don't have a portal to the nether nearby. Unless we do in the next map over, which I don't have the next map over. Because we're right on the border of this map. So, yeah. And I'm trying to think. Don't remember there being any lava nearby. Even underground, I think there is one spot of lava, like, flowing. Um, yeah. Let's see. Ah, there we go. Okay, and let's see. I don't think there was a reason that I wanted to keep any of that stuff there, just to have it. So I mean, okay. So we can go ahead and make this in the enchanting area because that's really where you need books and all that. Like if you're going to be either that or the map area. So I guess I could argue that if we made a map area, which I don't even have over here, that was back at the oasis. But if we did add some maps here, I'll probably do that. But for now, enchanting table. There we go. Yeah. Oh, and also I just realized, well, we can do this. Oh no, we're right here. Oh wait, never mind, because we don't have the obsidian. Jeez, sorry. Oh, and now how do we get back up there? Oh no, I guess we obsidian. That's right. I think it's obsidian, wood, and diamonds. And it might be one diamond, it might be two. But we can actually make another crafting table. That's what I was jumping over there for, and then I realized, wait, no, that doesn't make sense. Also, I just realized if we're going to do lava from the nether, nah, even that, yeah. There we go. Hmm. Let's do that. Let's do one of those. Let's do some of those. Let's do one of... Oh, oh, no, no. Oh, well. I guess we got that now. Alright, let's actually put some chests here. And we should expand this building. Ah, there we go. There, and there, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that. There you go. And maybe that as well. Doesn't matter. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, you know, if I can count, then... Wait, did I just pick something up? Let's leave that. Let's leave the diamonds there, too. Wait. How did I lose a diamond here to there? It was 4. Right? I heard something pop, like something fell. I'd have to go back and check the film. I wasn't paying attention to what happened to the missing diamond. But now I kind of want to see in the tower if it's in the tower. For my own sanity's sake. Like, what happened? Because I remember I was thinking, well, I'll just take half of these. 2. Or did I just take 2? No, I... Ugh, that's weird. Alright, I'll watch this later and I'll see, like, ah, okay, there it is. But for now, 1 diamond, I'm not sweating it. I've got 64. So, I mean, maybe one of the villagers took it. No, I'm just kidding. But that is human nature to... Oh! That is human nature or the human thinking or the thought process to be like, you know, it's one of the possibilities. Like, 'cause if you didn't take it, I mean, you can learn that from any of the old school sitcoms or YouTube shorts now. I like how the evolution of entertainment has happened. Like, because it used to be we'd have 30-minute TV shows that you couldn't help but watch, like 5 or 10 minutes worth of commercials, just advertisements straight. You couldn't skip. So a lot of times people would just get up and go do something else, but then they'd come back and they'd miss some of the show. So it's like, oh darn, and then the advertisers would actually pay for the shows to be on, and that was like how the whole business model went. Now, advertisers still pay for YouTube and stuff, but videos like this are brought to you by viewers like you. No, I mean it's kind of like quoting the PBS stuff. No, this is just brought to you because I have a lot of spare time on my hands, and I like to try to teach and try to help. Although that does sound vain, like, oh yes, I'm so great, I'm helping people, but no, that's not the point of it. It's just, yeah, helping people help themselves. Because a lot of it is. I mean, you watch a bunch of YouTube videos on how to learn how to program, and I have a lot of stuff here on this very channel for that. They're not the best because they're my Twitch streams and I need to redo a lot of them, but there you go. I mean, that's why I am starting to redo the Python ones, and doing an actual Python playlist of me showing how to write very simple algorithms for now. Just kind of teach you the basics. And then if you check out that Python tutorial, which that's all free too. I mean, and that's cool because it gets me the likes, or not the like. Well, yeah, like it if you're so inclined. But coding game is even more like there's a bigger gap between likes and views. So there's over 41,000 views. I think there's like 250 likes. So the ratio of likes versus views. Although I say that, but I've seen some YouTube videos with tons of views and not so many likes. So I don't know. Also was debating with someone, well, briefly, I replied to someone's comment, I guess is more accurate, in a YouTube post about the thumbs down button being necessary for if videos have incorrect information. I was like, well, if it has incorrect information, then it's on you, the viewer, to let them know that, or at least make a comment and be like, well, this doesn't work for me, and here's what happened. And then they might be like, oh, well, here's what's going on, and this is what you need to do. And so it could be your error, or it could be the author's error. I mean, either way, or it could just be something altogether. See, that's how we just avoid the straw man bias of it's either this or this, nothing else. Could also be considered as pigeonholing, like you only have enough spaces for this. There's no room for another possibility. So, and that kind of thinking is dangerous because, well, it's dangerous and unproductive. So, and if you're getting into a tech career and you're trying to do some computer programming or being a computer scientist, you're going to need to know that. And it's going to be very expensive because your salary is going to be so much. And so there's going to be potential for high emotions and all that good stuff, possible layoffs and, just all sorts of things. So, which is good and bad about teaching computer science for free because you're bringing down the cost of labor, but you're also bringing down the income of people that have to spend a lot on, say, education to get that education. So, by all that twisted logic, what I mean is people like me that went to college and paid for a degree from a university, and not only that, I went for almost a decade. So, I paid for basically the 2 degrees worth, I would consider. Which, I mean, it could be worse, it could be better. One of my friends and colleagues had a biology degree already and then went back for a computer science degree. And then was fighting to keep the computer science degree versus an ACT degree, which we all kind of thought was like a slap in the face. It's like, oh, you're not a real programmer, you've got the ACT degree or something. And mind you, a lot of that is projection. Nobody came out and said that, like, oh, I don't want the ACT degree. It was just generally, like, inferred, like, oh, there's a GPA requirement, so already, like, the ACT students are typically the ones with lower GPAs or underperformers. And while that was true for some of them, and myself included, I had a very low GPA, but I wouldn't call myself an underperformer overall. I just wasn't performing the way that the teachers wanted me to. No, because in a lot of classes I did that. Like, I'd barely go to class. I was off, having fun, getting my yayas out, experiencing freedom, true freedom. like what the Americans probably felt when they first colonized away from the British. Ah, we're free. We're gonna make a better government, a commune. We're gonna go communal, and then we're gonna create a cult, and then we're gonna murder a bunch of people that live here, and then we're gonna, I'm just kidding, but that is like drawing some pretty creepy parallels between what happened in our history. Now, granted, that's not exactly what went on, but close. I mean, they started a cult, a hippy dippy cult for religious purposes. They didn't want to follow the King of England and the Queen of. I mean, no, sorry, that is preposterous. The Queen wasn't around at the colonial days, but I was trying to think of what there was, and honestly, I don't know. Is that King John, King? Well, I feel like it's a king, and then Queen Elizabeth was a very long reigning, like my whole lifetime, my parents' whole lifetimes, like that's well since they were kids, like growing up. Sorry, like anyways, not to be macabre or anything, but yeah, the idea of colonizing America was to get away from the British and the Protestant Christianity, like Methodist, like I was raised, is a protest, a Protestant religion protests against Catholicism. You're too strict and weird. I don't like it. We're gonna go do our own thing, and we did. And by we I mean the people that started Methodism, whatever. And even then, I haven't been to church in probably over a couple decades. Um, that church anyway. I've been to a church. Oops. And I'm not against people going. It teaches some great principles, and I think everybody should have an understanding of. Um, okay, that one I'm not looking at. There's an email. I just fired off something for work, and we're trying. I'm actually part of a subcommittee that's trying to encourage using scheduled send. But this was a particular, like, quote unquote fire. Someone was locked out. They need to get to work and all that, and blah, 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 blah. So, anybody who wants to do IT system admin stuff, you need to be familiar with help desk, good help desk etiquette, being able to quickly and concisely explain things, but yet provide enough detail to whereas to fix the problem, but not too much detail to where it bores the reader and and it makes it painful and blah 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 blah. So I mean, and realistically, like I don't know, I'm a little afraid to see what the response is because I basically said I was like, this is a time sensitive thing, so I went ahead and did it. Normally I wouldn't do it outside of work hours, and I really was. I was too busy to get to it today. I got a lot of things going on, a lot of tickets. 52 open, which a former company that I worked at, I was dealing in the thousands of tickets. Like there, we would get several. I want to say 1 to 300 a day on average tickets that would just come into our queue. And I worked on a team that was tier one IT that would just basically flush them out and be like, okay, this one goes here, this one goes there, or triage. Sorry, that's a better word. Triage the ticket queue, and that was it. Like that was our whole day. We'd come in and be like, okay, who needs this? And then over time, we were trained on how to do more of the tickets. So instead of passing them on to somebody, we started solving issues. And that was great for the IT technicians that were direct hires because this was all contractor work, by the way. I was a contractor um, through a temp agency. Oddly enough, I was doing a temp job at a call center, which and call centers are okay work. It depends on where you work at, but a lot of call center work is exactly like we were talking about, having to cold call people or bother people at home or sell something or that type of job stinks. That is horrible. You don't want to do that type of job. And and people are realizing that that's not a good way to market products anyway because a lot of people screen their phones and blah 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 and all that. So, oh, there's the alarm. What did we even? We were gonna get some lava. We got some buckets. We need obsidian, but we could also find obsidian in the. So we needs to at least need buckets, and then we can go digging. Let's make a couple more buckets. So we need some obsidian for. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Oh, five. All right, let's. Yeah, because I already had one. Anyways, yeah, still got a minute. Let's make it towards the mine, and then I'll cut this one. Uh, I don't know. It's things that you need to know when you're getting into a tech career, and that's why I like, talking about it on these videos because, I mean, chances are you'll be in a place where they'll train you well and you'll know these things, but there's also a chance that maybe not, and especially if you're in another country that's still just trying to afford, being able to develop software. Like, not trying to say America's all great and this and that, but we do have a lot of wealth, from one way or another, and that's actually how the Sierra Club started their meeting last week was like acknowledging that, we're on stolen land with stolen labor. That's why we have all these riches. And we acknowledge that. And a lot of left-leaning type political people, because that's the average, I'd say. They're more liberal than people in the Sierra Club, but doesn't mean that conservative people can't be involved too. And in fact, a lot of my friends from back home, like we have these discussions about gas and wind power, and oh, I caught a lot of crud from one of my friends. He hated wind turbines. He loves his diesel truck, and he's like so drinking the Kool-Aid and on the bandwagon that you know, gas is fine. Pollution's all a climate scam, and they're just trying to take your money. And well, yeah, these programs cost money, but is it worth your life or cancer? Or, these people that are saying these things, a lot of this information comes from people that studies health and understands disease, and there's a bunch of figures even in that slideshow. So if you check out that link in the playlist description, it shows like how dangerous and deadly indoor gas pollution is. So, anyways, let's get these real quick, which is actually all these. Oh yeah, look at that. We're getting quite a bit. We haven't gotten any lava yet, but we will continue to search. So, all right, ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one.